Just went to the bathroom in my pants a little bit. Holy cow, look at the size of that snake. Wow. Most dangerous job in the United States right here, folks. Wow, that is a very, very strong snake. Whoa!
When it comes to creatures that humans are afraid of, I always say there's the three big S's: sharks, spiders, and snakes. You're very unlikely to be attacked or bitten by these animals, yet unfortunate accidental encounters do happen. And in a worst-case scenario, a single bite could put your life on the line. Today we are visiting the Reptile Discovery Center, located in DeLand, Florida. Owned and operated by Carl Barden, this serpentarium is home to dozens of the world's most dangerous snakes, many of which are on display to educate the public. This location is also a med toxin venom laboratory, and it's the dangerous work going on behind the scenes that is saving human lives.
Ooh, venomous reptiles. Good morning, Carl.
Coyote, how you doing? Welcome.
Good. How are you?
Thank you for coming.
Mara?
Good morning, Coyote. Welcome.
Thank you guys so much for having me. This looks like the ultimate snake milking setup. This process is incredibly important. You guys are milking these snakes for the creation of antivenom. So tell us a little bit about this process. And I would classify this as arguably the most dangerous job in the United States at this point.
But we never see it that way. We always think it's pretty well practiced. We do it so frequently. We handle 50 to 100 snakes a day, typically 4 or 5 days a week. And probably most importantly, a number of these venoms are produced for the antivenoms, both here in North America and around the world.
So let me just repeat that real quick. You said between 50 and 100 snakes a day. Have you ever been bitten in the process of milking snakes? Because accidents do happen.
We have about 500,000 venom extractions now, and every once in a while, right, he zigs and you zag and the whole thing goes bad. So I've had 11 snake bites in the last 27 years. Only 9 of those resulted in envenomation and actual hospital stays. We had 2 of those bites were dry. But then you'll see the work here at the table is close work, but it's really rehearsed and it's done very carefully and methodically. And so we like to think it can be done very safely.
So the first snake that we're going to get out from this, you see there's these enclosures behind me. Now, let me ask you this question real quick. How many snakes total do you guys have on?
We've got about 1,000 on site right now, about 500 on the venom line.
Okay. The first snake that we're going to take a look at is the southern copperhead. And, oh, wow. Oh, my gosh, beautiful.
And that's a big example of a southern.
I was going to say.
This is about the northern size. I mean, this is about as big as these guys get. And she's really a perfect example. That's a big copperhead.
I was going to say, I've seen my fair share of copperheads. This is without question the biggest one I've ever seen. Wow. I'm going to pivot out, Mara, and let you get into position. And we are going to begin the milking process. Copperhead. Now, where would you rank the toxicity of the copperhead's venom as compared to a cottonmouth or a diamondback, right? So this is not necessarily a bite that's going to kill you.
Typically, no. Typically, no. Copperhead venoms are not seen as especially toxic. Copperhead venom is extremely hemolytic, so hemorrhage and destroys blood cells and this kind of thing. And that's a lot of copperhead venom, something like 50 milligrams in a shot, perhaps a little bit more for her. And probably takes well over 100 milligrams of copperhead venom to actually kill somebody. So it's just not typically a lethal dose that you get in a bite. She's beautiful. If you want to touch her, it's just a spectacular snake in every regard. And we always think that color, that pattern is just unmatched.
Amazing. I mean, that venom yield right there, you can just hear the power of those fangs going into
they
the little
bite,
plastic
a very
covering there.
decisive bite, a rapid bite. And so, it's an easy snake. You can see why copperheads bite more people in the eastern United States than anything.
Yep. Wow.
All right, we'll bring her back, put her away.
Oh, that was fantastic. And that. It's up to me to make sure that we get a good soft body press so that Carl's not bitten in the process of what this is. All right, Carl, are you set? Okay, here we go. Bring out the Viper.
All right, again, kind of an average-sized snake, perfect condition. And this is really typical of our local cottonmouth. This guy's a Volusia County snake. She was caught right here as a baby. These guys are really prolific or common in some of the forests surrounding DeLand. All right, let's go. We'll bring this guy in. I'm going to do the same kind of sweep here. Come on in with your press. Good, beautiful. You've got her. You're excellent. I've got her. You can pick her up. You're safe. Good. Put your press down, get a hold of that body. Excellent, Coyote.
And make sure your hand's covering that vent or you're going to get
Oh, gonna get musked on? Okay.
Really good. Really good. Let's see if she'll give us a shot here. There she goes.
Yeah, look at that. You can feel the power in the whole body when they bite down like that. Oh, yeah.
There she goes
Holy
again.
mackerel.
Nice, good. Perfect. All right, we're going to return her to her cage.
Okay.
You got her. Excellent, Coyote.
Oh, my hands are
Beautiful
shaking.
job.
You did it.
That,
Really
you
good.
know, I was hands-on with the snakes in Australia when we milked those species, but didn't necessarily have that pressure of having to gently pin down the body. But anytime you're that close to one of these animals, I mean, even a slight margin of error can. If you thought the water moccasin was impressive, Diamondback, I think I just went to the bathroom in my pants a little bit. Holy cow, look at the size of that snake. Wow. That might be the biggest eastern diamondback I have ever seen. Wow. Okay, so now one of the key elements
Don't
of...
get any closer than you are right now.
Okay, yeah, no, I see. She's, you know, I'm just gonna go like this and talk over to the side like this, just in case. You see she's in that classic S-strike pose. Now, what makes these snakes so dynamic is that heat-sensing pit on the front of their faces, right? So right now, she's looking at me, she sees a heat signature that's definitely too big to be a prey item, which means I am likely a predator. I'm a threat at this moment. And like Carl said, I don't want to get any closer because as you can see, they strike incredibly fast. And that strike happens so quick, if you're bitten by a snake of this size, it has the potential to kill you without
No
question.
question about it. All right, an eastern diamondback, a bite from an adult eastern diamondback rattlesnake is a potentially fatal snake bite. There's no but just a little bit, and quantity-wise and size-wise, both of those guys are very serious rattlesnakes. So I think you're probably an equal on danger. Is everybody good? I'm going to go ahead and catch him.
Yeah, it's time. All right, here we go, guys. We're going to do the...
I'm going to shift. I've got to shift him. Hold on, baby. Yep.
Take just a step back here.
No pressure yet.
The most dangerous job in the United States right here, folks.
There's a little now to keep them on the table.
I'm going to shift him a
And
little
come
bit.
off.
Yep.
Carl,
Good.
you're unbelievable. The focus that it takes, guys, to perform what this is.
Don't change anything. You're good. Easy.
Okay. Whew. All right, I got the backside. Wow, that is a very, very strong snake. Unbelievable muscular power without the body. Okay, you guys good? Whoa! That was a serious venom yield right there. My goodness.
And that's really what makes the eastern diamondback so potentially dangerous, is that capability to really pile it out when they need to.
Look at those fangs. Oh, and I actually see it's got a double set of fangs, which means it's getting ready to shut out one of those fangs,
Exactly
right?
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, look at that. All right, guys, zoom in as best you can to get a shot of those fangs. You can see the hooked nature. If you're bitten by one of these snakes, it's going to be a very, very bad day. A bite from this viper will definitely kill you if you do not receive anti-venom treatment. Okay, is it okay to let go of the tail?
Good.
Wow, look at that rattle. Okay,
Very
going
good,
back in.
Coyote. Excellent.
That was intense. I mean, just being able to control a snake of that size on a table like that is a challenge. Wow, Carl, that was impressive. My basis is saving anybody who accidentally comes upon one of these snakes and is bitten. Carl, I'm going to give you a very dangerous
Thank you, sir.
handshake to say thank you for having us behind the scenes at the lab here today to milk snakes. This was unbelievable. I'm sure one venom-searing question that you all have is, what exactly happens when snake venom enters into the human body and reacts with its blood? Stay tuned, guys, because that episode is coming up next. I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave. Stay wild.